hiatus. This is episode 27 of Talking Crazy. My name is Tamal, like Jamala with a T. Got a man, A plus, Souls of Mischief, Hieroglyphics, our legendary co-host in the building. And this is our monthly build on, we try to make it a monthly build on mental health. And we started this a couple years ago. This is episode 27, and it's something that's important to us. And we just felt the need to be able to talk about mental health related topics in a very candid way. As just two friends. Let's see if you remember what the show is not. It's been a while.
What the show is not is
Yeah.
us pretending to be the authority or experts on any of the topics that we're speaking about here. We just speak on our own experiences, and we try to share and learn from our experiences and share what we've been through. We're not trying to tell anybody what to do. We're not trying to diagnose anyone. We're not claiming to be the masters of psychology. We're just trying to build on something that has had a stigma in the hip hop community, as well as American minority community, all across different minorities, and trying to break the stigma involved with mental health and mental health awareness. And that's what it is.
Absolutely. And as we always try to say, take what you want and leave the rest. Hopefully you can get one thing in this hour that's helpful. If not, that's okay as well. But we're here to learn, like A plus said. So it's about growing and learning, and just being candid, having the conversations that people typically don't have, is especially not publicly. So bet. So it's been a while. Our last show was actually in January.
Dang, man, it's been
Yeah,
a minute.
it's been our last show was in January, and so what we're gonna do is, you've been on tour, you've been on the road and stuff. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just kind of just catch up a little bit, about jump around, talk about some few different things, really talk about the tour and a few things as far as how you managed on that, and we'll talk about upcoming album. So just kind of get current with some things. So that's how we're gonna rock. Oh, by the way, though, everybody, this is a structured build. Even though we're kind of catching up, so just kind of flow with what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying, and kind of read the room. But we welcome comments and everything, and we'll be pulling some up, and let's get it going. So, yo, you were on tour. You're always on tour, but you were on tour for a minute, and you hopefully you caught up on some rest. But here's my thing, and this is kind of an aside. It's not necessarily mental health, but I've always wanted to ask this question, and I wanted to ask it after you guys did the '93 till 30th anniversary joint a couple years ago. Just like 2 years or 3 years ago. That's crazy. Um,
Time flies, brother.
Yo, all right. So this isn't necessarily mental health, but it's mental. How how do you go through an entire tour, especially one like the '93 till joint? But even this last, I think you were on the road for like a month or so. How do you go through a tour and stay two things? Stay on point as far as like performance wise, and come with energy every night. Well, that's the second part of it. And come with energy every night. I don't know how much you modify the sets from city to city, but I mean, you guys have been doing this for a while. I'm pretty sure things are pretty running like clockwork in a lot of ways. Like, how do you continue to do the same joints, sometimes probably in the same order, like over and over again, and maintain and give everybody a show as it. Let me tell you something, yo. When I see these guys, when I see y'all, so I usually catch a couple shows a year, and it's usually in Detroit, New York, or whatever, Pittsburgh. I usually see y'all a couple times a year at a show. And it's like each time, it's like I would never have guessed that you guys had done 30 shows before that, or doing 30 more after that, because of the same level of energy, like and intense. I don't understand. How do you do that, yo?
Man, it's not easy. It definitely is work, but I guess the core of it is that getting past the way that we get past the difficulty of it all is by being super grateful to be able to do it. Like it's not an easy job. It's not for everybody. There's a lot of people who are extremely talented who get into the industry and then they go do touring and they're like, "Oh, I'm out of here. I don't want to do this. This is horrible."
Mm.
I know people that have been successful in the industry that just don't like touring at all and try to do as much as they can to make money without touring to not have to tour and don't go out except for big amounts or they want to get something special or something
Really? I mean, that makes sense. I mean, there are artists I know that you never really hear about them touring, and I guess that's the reason why.
there's plenty of artists that are like, this is the worst part of the whole thing is it's not the being around the fans and it's not getting that love. It's the strenuous and arduous nature of the actual job, the physical strain, the mental strain. It's not for the faint of heart. I tell people all the time, the um the fun part is making the music, and the fun part is people liking it. Touring is very, very difficult. But again, back to what I was originally saying, the way I get through all of it is like it's the kind of thing to where no matter how hard it is, what do I complain about my dream job? If it's really the job I enjoy doing and what I love doing, it's hard to even call it work, even though it's very, very difficult. And that's I'm just speaking for myself, right? You ask me how I get through it. But there's a lot of factors that go into it. You have to have discipline, you have to have structure, balance, routine. It takes all of these things to navigate touring successfully without burnout and without having adverse effects on your mental and physical health. And to the degree at which these are implemented will judge how well you fare in managing your energy, both mental and physical. It takes a lot though. I prepare. I prepare physically and mentally and as far as organization, I prepare to leave. Um, and I prepare to be out and do things a certain way while I'm out. Um, you have to find ways to make the in between time useful, so you're not just only resting and I'm only speaking for myself. Like I sleep at night after the show, so I'm not sleeping all the way in the van. Or if I really need it, I can sleep in the van or the bus or whatever we're in, Sprinter. Um, but I try to use that time when I'm just sitting for 5 6 hours doing something constructive. Um, when back in the day, like when I used to party a lot, like I would spend a lot of that travel time sleeping. But that's not where I'm at. So I sleep after the show. I'm routined out, bro. At this point in my life, I'm routined out, and that's how I manage my energy. That's how come I have a high peak amount of energy every night at the show because I manage my energy. I get my rest. I have a whole vitamin and health regimen that I follow. I bring a whole bag of vitamins and tinctures and minerals and all kinds of different stuff. That's a whole different thing. Hey, Naima. I'm not supposed to say nothing, but that's like a family
You
member.
can speak. I mean, you can.
Nah, they don't like to get outed like that.
Half your. Oh, you're not supposed to. Oh, because of that shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's my one of my favorite people on earth.
Uh,
Probably my favorite.
well,
Tied with
then,
my son.
well,
But anyway,
it's worth a shout out then.
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so I'm extremely organized when I go on the road. I have a routine for when I get out, when I get to the hotel after the show, to when I set my alarms before I go to sleep, to when I wake up and eat my breakfast, and what I'm never late. I'm never late. When I'm late on the road to anything, people think there's something wrong. Like I think I've been legit late twice and since COVID ended. I
Mm.
think like probably twice. One time was because it doesn't even matter. Like twice in 5 years, it's like that's like me. When I get late, people think something's wrong with me. So I have schedules and I have routines and all of this is so I approach it from a holistic point of view. Like all of these small things are going to bring about the good result overall, which is me being giving peak performance and having good physical and mental health at the end of the day. And most importantly, I'm there to make sure the people that pay us to be there leave 100% satisfied. Like, that's the job. The job is for to have supporters and to have fans. It's crazy. Like, to take that for granted, you gotta suck. You just gotta be you just gotta suck as a person if you have true supporters and followers who will pay to go see you, and you don't think that they're the special ones. You think you're the special one instead of them being special for you. And that's how I approach it. And I want everybody. I'm a fan. I come from the crowd. I say this on stage. I come from the crowd. I was the dude in the front row growing up. I was the kid that was trying to get backstage to meet my heroes. Like, I dreamed this into existence. So when I get on stage and I am able to do it, which is like a one in a billion type thing, not many people even get to do this, much less do it in the anomalous nature in which we do it, having been doing this for over 33 years. That's crazy in itself. So I get up there and I respect the audience and I give them my all, and everything around that performance is me preparing myself to be at my best, and to, when I'm done doing it, still be at my best and not be less of less have less mental health or less physical health at the end of it. And it's intricate. It takes a lot of things, but like it's involved. It's involved, but I'll do it every night, bro. I will do it. Yeah, I love it. It's not for everybody, but it's for me, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy, yo. Like, so there's two things that stood out for me. One was your emphasis a couple of times on routines. Um, I think that is important to note. And I know I'm at my best when I have a routine. I'm at my worst when I don't have a routine, or when I fall off my routine, and like I need regiment. Because my mind is so scattered that I need that, because I'm gonna be scattered anyway. But I need that to stay on the rails. So just thinking out loud, that's critical. I mean, just in terms of, I think that's a big one. I mean, in terms of mental health, just staying on, just helping you stay on point, like a little, you know what I mean? Like, because, for me, when circumstances or situations change sometimes, and I'm out of my routine from traveling or whatever, then I get a little weird, like, because like the comfort of my home or whatever, like just different, the situation is different, so sometimes I need a little time to adjust. So I think that's just a good point you made about uh about routine. um
With
yeah,
routines, man, it's like, okay, being able to wing it and improv, it shows that you have ingenuity and you can think on the fly and you can improvise, and that's a dope ass quality. And for anyone to have in any vocation or just in life in general, it's like, you're not everybody has it, and people have it in different aspects of their life. But winging everything is the exact way to get less done and to be inefficient than somebody who has some sense of organization with how they approach things. Like, so if you're organized and then things go awry and you could think on your feet and you can innovate or improvise, that's great. But winging everything and just being like that, people who can do that and still be successful think that that's a skill, but you're doing less than somebody who can wing things and is organized. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the,
like
the, the
anybody who's winging everything, they're not getting as much done as somebody who has some structure and has some kind of some organization, and also the ability to think on their feet.
Yo, that's very true. And I read a long time ago, it always stuck with me. It said, like, here we pride ourselves in like multitasking. Like, people will be like on the phone, answering emails, doing several different things at once. But multitasking, something's gonna slip, and you're not really multitasking. You're it's like you're multitasking, but that's like you said, that's not an effective way to do things, Like it's because something actually takes a back seat. I've seen people where they're trying to multitask, they're trying to talk to me while answering emails, and it's clear that they're not paying attention to what I'm saying, and they're like, ha ha, like I'm like, yo, you're like, and then me, I'm like, the fuck, like, like why am I talking
Call
then?
me
Like,
back when you're done.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So that routine is very helpful, and just like I said, multitasking, like it's actually very inefficient. You know what I'm saying? But we do it. Oh, I multitask. Like that's yeah, okay. In a crunch, if you're able to do that, that's great. I mean, it's better than just okay. I can only do one thing at a time, but that's not the preferred way to do shit, And I'm glad you brought that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fact, bro. Like you can, man, if you good on your feet and you good doing the gorilla style, that's awesome. But you're not gonna get more done than somebody who's organized and can also has that attribute.
Yeah, of course not.
You're just not. You're not gonna be able to compete in
Nah,
efficiency, you know. And a
nah.
lot of times, people think because I'm not failing, I'm doing great. And I don't. And for some people, that may be true. I don't think that like that. Like just getting by and doing just enough, or not giving my all, and when I'm aware of doing it, is not it's not enough for me.
Yeah,
It's not enough for me.
nah.
I'm honest with myself about am I putting my all into something or not. And
Yeah,
the reason why I stick by these things is because I have results that proved it to me. You know what I'm saying? I have had results in my life that prove this to be a better way for me to operate. And I see people who don't operate like that and their results are not the same.
right.
So seeing is believing. Talking is a whole bunch of something, but seeing is actually believing. Like talking is one thing, results are another.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could
Because I mean,
talk and
you
the
can't
result
argue with those.
can't argue. You can argue with somebody talking all day. You can't argue with results.
It's like here it is.
Can't
Like
you
that's
just
why.
can't. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah. That's why I love saving emails. You know what I'm saying? Of like shit I did. Like oh word, here you go. So
Yep.
no, I mean, it's like
Right.
so. One thing that came up out of this earlier though, I did want to touch on while we're here. I thought it was pretty powerful. Again, we're just jumping around. I thought it was pretty powerful that you have such an appreciation and gratitude for your fans and for what you're able to do. And I think I just really, really appreciate that perspective. I wish more artists had it, bigger artists, independent artists, a lot of artists, because you said something really powerful. Like I like to take a step back sometimes and look at a situation because like kind of like almost like looking at it as a movie. And when you said you were like, when you said something, I'm paraphrasing, you were like, kind of see it for what it is. Like we get to perform, not that many people get to do that. Like you said when you have fans, like so, like if just that very concept, right? Like you understand that, like you and your crew travel all over the world, and people pay money to come see you, and like and they fuck with you and sign your and want you to sign shit for them and buy shit and do all this stuff and salute and know the words to your songs. And when you put and so like sometimes artists don't put that in perspective. Like you put that in perspective, you're like, wait, this is pretty fucking dope. Like this is crazy. Not everyone gets to do this. Hardly anybody gets to do this. I've been doing it for over 30 years. I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wanted to acknowledge that, because I unfortunately when I run into a lot of your peers in this industry, I get the opposite. I get entitled. I get a sense of entitlement, a sense of like, and so it was just refreshing to hear you say that because, yeah, I think because if you're looking at every opportunity or every time, if you're looking at every show, so you guys need not fucking 600 shows that one year. So if you're looking at every show on the road, because I was looking at the schedule, some of them there was no days off. You would travel and then fucking get right to the shit. So if you're looking at every show, wow, I'm blessed to be able to do this. This is crazy. Like, wow, I'm in Norway, I'm in Spain, I'm in this, I'm here, I'm here. Wow, these people don't even speak English, and they're like, you know what I'm saying? You never knew, like fuck. And I just wanted to acknowledge that, yo, because that was just really really refreshing to hear because I don't hear that a lot from artists.
Thank you, brother.
I
Thank you,
don't.
man. Man, I mean it. Like I'm a diehard, man. I'm a fan, bro. I've been dreaming about this since I was a child, you know? Like I heard Rapper's Delight and got hooked. I heard
Mm,
the message and got turned out. I like I said, man, I rapped, breakdance, DJ. The only thing I didn't do was graffiti because I wasn't very good. I tried it. I just
yeah,
wasn't very good, you know. So I
yeah,
was like, well, I'm good at all these other things. I'll just respect the people who are dope at this one thing I can't do. But
yeah,
I'm a b-boy, bro. Like I love this hip hop stuff. I went to the concerts and was like, I'm gonna do this. I should be in the crowd. Like this is what I want to do. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
I used to tell anybody who would listen, and people thought I was crazy. You know, and people thought that I just didn't believe me. And there were actually some people who were just like didn't say they didn't believe me, but like nurtured that drive, you know. Like my mom got me my first sampler. She got me a Casio SK1. Like she wasn't one of the people that were like, you rap's not even gonna exist when you're older. Like, you know, there were people like literally saying that. Like my dad was one of those dudes, like, son, like he was worried. Like, son, hip hop just took out disco. What makes you think hip hop's not gonna just get taken out? Like, and that's he wasn't even saying trying to shit on it. Like he was just like, yo, that's what I'm just saying to make a point that I was saying this as a young kid, like, this is what I'm gonna do, you know.
yeah,
And so to circle back to what you originally said, like the fact that I get to do it, one, I get to do it, and two, it's been 33 years professionally.
yeah,
33 years. Most of my contemporaries from back in the day in the 90s, who knows what they're doing? I don't know. The one and it's a small club, bro. You know, and on top of
yeah,
that, like for us to be whole, for my group, Souls of Mischief, we're all still here. I have peers in the industry who have lost members,
yeah.
you know.
That's that's
Man, rest the soul, like my heroes, like some people who have touched me personally, and I'm not talking about like knowing them. I'm talking about their music has shaped me as a person, you know, like not can't would be together if they were alive type stuff. And so
yeah,
I
of course.
think about all of this, bro.
Yeah,
And another thing to shoot my dad some bail, once it became a reality, I remember there was something that he said that stuck with me. And it was like, and I repeat this to other people. Um, I've said it many times over the years. I've said it to other rappers that I meet coming up. I've said it in interviews. It's like my dad said, like the way to keep grounded about this whole thing is remember these two things and keep these forefront in your mind. One, it could have never happened, and two, it could end tomorrow. If I keep those two things in the forefront of my mind, I should be able to be grounded in any situation
yeah,
that I'm involved in hip hop shows in front of fans, like on stage, interviews, the travel, the hard shit, even the hard stuff, the travel. Like the year that we did the 30-year anniversary, we did like 130 shows that year. That's the most tired I've ever been in my entire life. As a matter of fact, when the tour was over, the Souls all agreed we can never do that again. Like I felt like I'm a little bit different from that. Like I'm a level down in max energy from that. Like that was like the hard. There was some I think there was one tour we did, like one leg of that tour we did something like 44 shows in 41 days or something crazy like that, because we had so little days off, and like about three of those days we had two shows in the same day.
what?
The last 2 weeks of that tour was flying every day. No longer, we told the driver goodbye. The driver was like, see y'all later. The last 2 weeks was a different city every night on a plane. And when I got home, and I mean, this is the parts of Europe to where you can't drive to, you have to fly. So we did all the driving parts. And then when that part was done, we did the last 2 weeks a plane every day. And when I got home, I swear, man, like I think I slept for like about 16 hours straight, bro.
Yo, you slept. I remember. So I was gonna say you slept, and I because it was somehow I was trying to reach you or something. I don't know why, but I remember you slept for like 2 days or some shit, yo, something crazy. Like
Stupid,
you were
bro.
like I. It was crazy, son. Because I remember that part of that was that you had, if I'm not mistaken, the back half of that tour, that last part, wasn't even scheduled or some shit, or it was like some shit that got added on or something. So yeah, bro. Like I was, because I was peeping, and the crazy thing, y'all, like everybody out in the chat, salute everybody in the show,
Salute
was
the
that
chat.
like I caught y'all. So, and me and wifey caught y'all in Detroit or Ann Arbor, and then at Brooklyn Bowl, and I was with Large Professor came out, fucking Ill Out Scratch. That shit was hype,
Yeah, hell yeah.
but that shit was hype. But each time, it was like they were like standalone shows though, and I'm tired from the show as a fan, and I'm like, oh, I think I was like. I'm like, oh, I'm about to go home. Like, and the Detroit show, like, I'm about to go home. I'm tired, or whatever. Knowing that, like, the next morning, for me, I'm all tired. I'm like, great show last night. And then the next day, you're driving somewhere else.
Man.
Like that was crazy. I mean, and taking it back to mental health, um, like that must we talked some about that after you got back, but that was I'm sure like you trying to stick to as much as you can a routine and getting your sleep, and you talked to me about sleep being
Mhm.
yeah we had yeah it
Yeah.
stuck in my head when you said when you don't get that sleep, you don't get it back. Like you may think it's gone, like
Mm. Now
so
your body wants those hours back.
yeah. So I can only imagine, you know, what that was like for you. That's fucking wild,
At
bro. Yeah.
that end part of that tour, bro, like I remember like that all the routines was out the window. Any spare time was sleep. Period. I remember one time we were driving, we were getting dropped off for the end of that part of the driving portion of the tour, and the driver dropped us off in Frankfurt, Germany, and that's when we were going to do all the flying to all the different places, right? This is how the flying part started. And I mean, we went from Athens to like, like we went to a bunch of different places. Like it was crazy. We went to Sofia, Bulgaria. We were just flying around to all of these different places all over Eastern Europe. And so that we got dropped off at Frankfurt. We were getting out, got all our bags out, told our driver, our homeboy Hines, told him peace. We walked into the airport. The airport gets hacked and the whole airport shuts down.
Shut up. What?
No bullshit, bro. The airport gets hacked and somebody shut the whole Frankfurt airport down. Done. No flights. Rest of the day. Crocodile done deal, bro. It's over. So we call our driver, who is probably like 35 minutes away from us, about to go home. We're like, yo, Hines, like we found the airport got shut down. We got to get on a flight. We found a flight, but we have to go to Berlin. So he came back and got us, drove us to Berlin, which is like 4 or 5 hours away drive, right? We finally make it to Berlin. We get on the flight in Berlin. I think we fly to somewhere in Scandinavia. I can't remember, like Helsinki or somewhere, right? We don't get there till nighttime. The crowd has already been waiting for, like, we go straight to the venue. It's snowing. We don't go to the hotel. We got to take our bags in the snow, through the snow, into the backstage to change, because we got on stanky travel clothes the whole night. And the crowd has been waiting for hours, mad late into the night.
So you're late.
We're late as fuck, bro. We're mad. We're stupid late. And then we get on stage, perform, go to the hotel, sleep for like an hour and a half, shower, and get on the next plane. That's how the plane part of that trip started, bro. Like it was,
and nobody killed anybody. Like you guys, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's miraculous, bro. Like I mean, I'm being silly, but like you know what I'm saying? Because to me, all of that revolves around mental health, man. In terms of like all of you, like you're all four into different individuals, but like all of you got to be in a place mentally that's solid to be able to do that, and to be able to interact with your homies, whatever. Like, I mean, all of that, you got to be in a good place for mental health. Because I'm thinking, as you're telling me this story, my anxiety is like going through the roof right now about like, you know me in time, bro. Like in terms of like missing flights and stuff. Like I can't even like my brain's hurting just thinking about that shit. And then you know what I'm saying. Real quick,
Yeah,
all right. So and we're all over the place, but this is important.
it's all good.
When you this when you did the show that show that night. First of all, how did you? What was the reaction from the crowd? With you when you first got on, like being late? And how did you deal with that? And then what was? How did the show go itself?
Oh man, when we know we're late and they've been waiting and they were waiting for like a long time. All the openers have been off for a long time and they were still there. So we know we got to hit the stage running. Look, man, it doesn't matter how tired we are. We got to hit the stage like we know they've been waiting. Like, and this is how I play my brain. I hit the stage like who I want to see if I've been waiting. That's how I hit the stage. And I'm a hardcore hip hop fan from the late 70s till now. I hit the stage like what would make me feel better as a fan if I've been
Who,
waiting.
who is it? Who is it? Like who comes to mind for you?
What you mean?
Like you said, like you want to. You said, if I misunderstood, you said you hit the stage thinking of like who you.
Not like if I was waiting for somebody, I hit the stage like what I would want to see out of the person.
Oh, okay, yeah. I got you. I thought you meant you hit it like a certain artist. That's what I
Yeah,
was saying.
nah, I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah. No, I
Like,
got you.
all right, if I'm gonna pick an artist, I'm gonna say LL Cool J. You ever
Real
seen him
talk.
hit the stage? That,
I've seen him. Yeah,
yeah, that bro got energy. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Or like,
So again, yo, this is like some critical shit, man. Because like, and I asked you that question deliberately because like I've just seen other artists show up mad late and not be the least bit apologetic. Shit happens, right? But like, and then give like a 10-minute show. I mean, not like 15, 20-minute show. Like, and yo, we out. Like, I'm sorry I got here midnight, but yo, here's two joints, to the popular singles. We goes.
man, that
And,
couldn't be me. That couldn't be me, man. Like yeah, bro. I mean, that all comes back to like there might be a very small amount of people who that doesn't affect, but that all comes back to people who do that. And I like to think long term. Like we have a jacket and a reputation for doing a dope ass show, and that affects your bottom dollar, and that affects your fan appreciation. And somewhere down the line, like I've seen big ass artists that had platinum records that like barely like that used to do that kind of shit back in the day, and now they out in Europe trying to do the Europe tour because like people ain't coming out to see them in the United States, and they giving they all on the Europe tours on them stages now when the money's a lot lower and they not making millions of dollars like they used to. I've seen it, bro. Like, and they out. I'm the type of dude that's like, I'm not gonna have to do that because I've been giving my all the whole time. And I pre-thought that back in the day. I was like, that'll never be me. No fan is ever gonna be able to say I mailed it in ever. I don't never mail it in. If that's the whole thing. If you don't never do something, nobody will ever expect that from you. If you never a dickhead to people for no reason, after 20 years, people gonna be like, that's a cool motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you've been a dickhead to somebody for 20 years, people gonna be surprised when you cool in 20. And it's and look, I believe in redemption, and I believe that there's no wrong time to get on the right side of your spirit. There's whether you late or whatever. But me, I like to think long range, bro. I'm seeing far ahead. I'm like, bro, like how do I want to be known? How do I want to be remembered? How do I want to be recognized? You know what I'm saying? And that's how I conduct myself. That's how I've been conducting myself in hip hop. So like now, 30 odd years later, people be like, bruh, it's cool. Every time I met him, he been cool. Not like I met him, he wasn't so cool before, but he's cool now. Like that, you'll never have to say that about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, never.
That's not for me. That's not about other people because people could do whatever they want, and that because like what they eat don't make me shit, bro. You feel me? Like I'm alone in the bathroom, and they should be too. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to me, I have ideas about how I want to be perceived career wise. You
Right,
know,
right. Well, there's a sense of pride there that I'm hearing in terms of pride in your work and pride in just taking pride in who you.
I was socialized by a good woman, and I had a father with integrity.
Yeah.
My
So
mother and my father, like, they raised me a certain way that affected the way I approach um something that I love so much.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I can see the gratitude is there, and so then therefore you're if you do something with gratitude, it's like let's say you're working at a low paying job or something, or whatever, barely making ends meet. You're still working, where someone
There's
is
somebody
not
that's not working.
is not working and has nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's why I always say, I'll keep going back to taking a step outside of the situation and kind of looking in as a kind of as an observer, like looking down on yourself and seeing things as an observer rather than being a participant, because that's when things get muddled a little bit. So it's like, yeah, man, like just hearing you talk like this. I mean, it's like someone said, man, it's the fact that you appreciate the fans is crazy dope, because it's just we don't hear that a lot, and so you try and because there's a relationship with the fans and between the fans and artists, and it's a dysfunctional one sometimes, but it's like you like yeah, because fans will support. Like I know when when you go to Europe, bro, and they pull up with every single project you've ever done and want you to sign that shit, like everything, like.
Yeah. Yo, they're starting to do that in the United States, bro. Like,
Well, here's the thing, real quick. I'm gonna cut you off.
no,
I was talking to Tajay. The dope shit about you cats, and he agreed. Maybe I'm assuming you agree. You guys are more popular now than you were before.
That's a fact. And we've always been. And the thing about it is, we've always been popular. So it's not like we were obscure and now people like us. People have always liked us,
right?
But we're way more popular now than we were back then.
And with new younger fans. That's not happening with a lot of hip hop artists, bro. Like, and that's something to be grateful for. Like Tajay was like, I said, would you say that you're more popular now than before? He was like, yes, like 100%, absolutely,
100%. We're more popular
like
now.
New kids.
Yeah, no, like literal kids. Like we have parents bringing their kids, and the kids.
I know.
And there's kids. There's parents tell us all the time, like my kids know all of your songs,
all the shit.
I'm talking like 10, 11, even younger than that, but like a lot of 10-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 12, 13, 14, like a lot of like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Like B-sides and shit too, though, bro. I mean, I've seen them. Listen, I was in Pittsburgh when you came to Pittsburgh, like, I don't know, like 6-7 years ago or something, whatever. I'm watching. I'm like, damn, I don't even know the words to this. like, what the fuck, yo?
Word.
And they're going like word for word for the entire show, bro.
Right, like it trips me out because when we're up on the stage, like I'm looking at the crowd, you know what I'm saying? I'm feeding off of the energy, right? And it always trips me out when I see super young kids mouthing like full words, like for instance, we just did a show. The last show this past leg, we did a show with Brother Ali. Salute the brother. That's my fam. And Slumville. Salute Slum Village. Did a show with them in Santa Fe. Off the hook. Everybody, like their sets, our set. It was just a great night. The crowd was just super hype. There's a whole little pack of super young kids in the front. They had to be, I want to say 14 to 16. I don't know. That's just how they seem to me. Knowing words to obscure songs, to B-sides, and mouthing them with like full verses, and it just blows me away, bro. And when we talk about being grateful, how could I not, bro? How could I not? If I'm up on stage, people are yelling and screaming. There's hundreds of people, probably thousands. And there's young kids in the front who know all the words. Dude, I took a picture with like about, I want to say like 8 super young boys and girls, like they gotta be like 14 and 15. I'm just walking trying to sneak and grab my food outside of the backstage area. They're like, hey, wait, can we take a picture with you guys? And they're all like, I'm talking about like these kids gotta be like, I swear, like 14, 15, 16 at the most, bro. And it's a mix of them. Like it's about 10 of them. It's girls and boys, and they're all like in their in teenage mode, like how I was when I was that age. And I'm just an old ass rapper, bro. And they all want a picture with me and shit. And they're all like all posting this shit. I'm like, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
let me snap this to. I'm
52.
send this on Snap.
I'm
You know, they like
52 and kids want to take my picture, bro. How could I not be grateful, bro?
yeah,
Like,
you
like
totally transcended the whole situation, like because a lot of your contemporaries, like their fan base is our age, and that's cool, but it's just our age. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Like when like as far as like what a lot of young kids are listening to now is different stuff, and they don't. A lot of them don't even want anything to do with the older music. So the fact that like you guys are kind of like I won't even say reinvented yourself because you're doing the same thing. You're just rocking shows and being who you are. But it's like it's not like you came with a new gimmick or anything like that. But it's like that. I feel like the first of all, the quality of the music and then the authenticity of who you guys are. And I just think it's dope, yo. It's really dope.
it's crazy, man.
Um,
Oh,
one quick,
another
but
thing too. Like, so I don't know how much we did when we saw you in Pittsburgh, but this last run, we ended up performing like 3 of the songs regularly, performing 3 of the songs off the new EP. And it got to the point to where like, so we started doing one song as an encore. I don't think we did it yet when we were in Pittsburgh, but we started doing this song with Fonte singing the hook, the song called Up with the Sun. We started doing that as an encore. And it got to the point to where we did that song. We have another song called Road Running. I think you were there when we did that one. It has Jay Worthy on the hook, but we say the hook because clearly he's not there. But people are like texting us and sending leaving comments talking about, oh, that new song when you guys said this and it sounded like this. It's not out yet. I cannot wait to hear it. The crowd's going crazy when we perform them. It's like these are new songs, bro. And crowd is like, oh my God, I can't wait till this new EP drops. That's crazy because we're a legacy act to where people like our older music. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that we continue to make music over time, we have a few different moments. Like we had the 93 Till moment, then we had the hieroglyphics moment. So we have like, even that's anomalous in itself, right? Like a lot of artists don't have like a double resurgence like that.
yeah,
But like now the young cats and even the older cats are like into the new stuff. Like there's a comment right here. Somebody's like rocking with the new Hyro album. Like it's just a trip, bro. Like we're kind of anomalous in how we've been received in hip hop. It's kind of like we're one of one, and how could I not be grateful, bro? So this goes back to what you said earlier. Like, how do I do all of the hard stuff? And it's extremely difficult, bro. But I'll do it every day, bro. I will do it every day. I don't care how hard it is. Like, I remember my girl came out on a couple of shows on the tour a few years back. We had two back-to-back sold-out shows in Vancouver. And I was like, this is great. It's close to home. I haven't seen her in a while. Fly her up to these shows so we can hang out and she'll come to the shows. And it's the first time she ever went to some out-of-town shows. And she saw the regimen of the 2 days of what we go through. The 2 days this is 2 days in one city. And she was like, bro, like this, people don't understand how hard your job is. Like she's like, I knew it was rough, but I didn't know until I was right there and seeing what your schedule was like every single day. And then she was like, I have not like I didn't respect it before, but I have a newfound respect for what you guys do, like from seeing it on the inside. People have no idea, man. People have it's not. I know people who have been like who are really dope and had a promising future and were like, I'm good after going on tour. For real. Yeah. One dude who stands out for me is my brother Encore. This dude named Encore. I think he was on Hyro put him out. He's really dope MC, bro. Like check him out, Encore. He's from South Bay. Like I think he was from San Jose, Milpitas area. He was really dope. Hyro put out his album. We brought him on tour with us. I think he was on the tour with like, it was a wild tour. I think Far Side, Souls of Mischief, Planet Asia, Rasco. Like, it was a really dope tour, like tour buses. It was crazy. But he got off the tour and was like,
"Nah, I'm good.
Like, this ain't for me." He went and got into tech. I made a killing, but he was like a really good rapper, bro. So like, and he's just one of the stories. It's like, it ain't for everybody, bro. It's very difficult,
I think that does take a level, but I mean, salute to him for having that level of maturity and honesty with himself to just to know that, though. You know what I'm saying? And switch gears and just be like, all right, well, next. Yo, I can't believe it's almost only got 12 minutes left. But one question I had for you was, for this particular tour, this last one, um, what stood out for you as like the most challenging thing for your mental health? Was it something consistent happening over and over again? Was it just one particular day or something, situation, blown tire or whatever? Like what was the most challenging situation for you, and how did you manage through that?
The most challenging thing for me is dealing with lack of punctuality,
Mm.
because it's a bunch of us, and punctuality is to me, it's a key to success. It's one of the things that allow people to be their best and get the best results. And when it's been a career of waiting for certain types, you know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes I literally, me and one of the other members have been like, we probably have waited for months in 30 something years, probably have literally spent months waiting. Just waiting, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to even be no way, but I'm just speaking pure facts.
Nah, that's family, though, of course, man. I mean, it's four different brothers.
So that's like the hardest thing to deal with. And what happens is, like, so if you late, and also you're one of the people that don't do other things, like you don't go to sound check, or you know what I'm saying, but the people who, so you get time to rest at the hotel, but when we're late getting there, then the people who did have a little bit of time at the hotel, they have to go somewhere else, or the driver, most importantly, who that cuts into his time of rest. And I just look at it like, if you consciously know that punctuality is going to help somebody else do their job better, or lack thereof is going to make the job harder for somebody else, when you're dealing in a group construct, self-awareness and consideration would lend itself to that understanding that, like, it's not just me fucking off. Like, it's, I may not, how do you not have the self-awareness to know that you're fucking off somebody else's ability to do their job right, when you don't have to do what they're doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that bugs me the most on this last tour, and probably on every tour, because it's like, come on, man. But I'm just being honest. I get over it because I have to get over it, because what's the sense in harping on it once it's done?
So how do you? I mean, but that's the certain thing, yo. So maybe I'm listening to you for advice from me. I mean, because how do you? I start steaming like somebody's like a minute late, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if you, and it's just my brain just starts firing off all types of smoke. But like, how do you over 30 years, or just even on this tour, how do you get through that, yo? Because I'm telling you, I want to know, because if you're as time conscious as me, and because what you're describing happens to me almost every day, and I be ready to like fucking just let them off on people, and I don't want to do that. So
I used to do that.
So how do you get through? Especially, so there's two parts. There's actually dealing with the late situation, like dealing with it and in the moment, and then the residual, or just being upset about it. Like, how do you handle all that?
Well, the dealing with that, those are both real things. The dealing with it, it is what it is. So I have to deal with the reality of the situation. That's one thing, and I can compartmentalize that. I'll do my job. What I do out on the other side is I just manage my emotions so I don't develop resentment. It's, to me, it's very disrespectful, whether people are intending to be disrespectful or not. And you can't make people respect your own time if they don't respect your time, if they don't respect theirs. So it just kind of like it. I just deal with it, and I just understand that that's just how some people are. You know what I'm saying? And what it weighs up against is like, is it enough for me to not want to do this anymore? And the answer is always no. And if it ever gets, and if it ever really gets, I mean, it gets brought up all the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's something that gets managed all the time. Like, you know, it's even more than that. I'm like, I'm not gonna get into it. Like, there are ways to manage it to like help coax people into being more on time, like without being, because I would be more of like, what the fuck, bruh? Fucking late every night. You know what I'm saying? That's something I would have said years ago. But that doesn't get better results. And so I just try to find ways to say the same thing over and over again and just deal with it. I just deal with it. And I really enjoy the time when I'm not around that. When I don't have to deal with it, I'm hella happy I don't. And it's something I'm mentally prepared for when I know I'm going to be around it. Because once again, it's like, it's I mean, don't let me get independently wealthy. I might just not turn up to some shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't let me hit the lotto. I might just not go to some shit. But right now, none of that lateness is enough for me to not want to do this and not make my own living. You know what I'm saying? Who's to say, bro? If somebody just handed me 10 mil right now, I'd pick and choose which ones I went to because I ain't got to deal with that shit. But at this point, I'm just like, I look at it as like it's a life challenge for me. It's something that the universe has put forth for me to manage my own emotions, because it ain't about me trying to get anybody else to be how I want them to be. It's about how do I get through this group situation and not let it break me up mentally and get me. I don't like feeling upset. I don't like that feeling. And like it's natural, right, to get upset about shit. But let me say, I don't like staying there because getting upset is natural. Now, what I do with that, is it going to be constructive or non-constructive? Is it going to help or not help the situation? If it's not going to help the situation and it's just like, I want you to know how I feel about that shit, there's a way I could say that from a non-upset place that's probably going to have a better impact than if I was just like, says what I really want to fucking say. You know what I'm saying? Right, so it's a challenge for me to be a better person, is how I approach it. Because it's not what I would normally do in life is remove myself. But this is not a situation where I'm willing to remove myself from. So how do I deal with it if I'm going to remain, if I choose to remain, and with understanding the prospect that behavior is probably not going to change. You know what I mean? So it becomes like I at the end of the tour, I'm a better person because I work on that. I work on it. And that's my whole aim anyway, to be the best person I could be while I'm out there and be a better person every day, regardless of what I deal with. So anybody, whether it's on tour or outside of tour, you know what I mean?
Right. The things that, one thing I've learned, it seems like I don't know if it's a fact or not, but it seems this way to me over the years, is that like, seems like higher power, universe, whatever, creator, will continue to give us the same test until we pass that motherfucker, right? And like, so like, if I have I've noticed, at least in my life, I see the same things that I don't like or I have a problem with or struggle with that get me upset. Those things crop up in so many different ciphers and different arenas of my life, like the weirdest things. And I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now. And it's like, and then like when I move past, a few times I'm able to move past something, and wow, it's magically, I don't really see it as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's, just to piggyback off your point there.
I couldn't have said it better, and that's how I approach it. It's like there's a lesson in here for me, because this still bothers me, and I could probably deal with it better. You know?
Right.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yo, I mean, yeah. And that's a, I want to emphasize that's a very rare and very that's a very good way to look at shit, yo. Because one thing that my spiritual teacher used to tell me, it was crazy, like, and like it's a wild concept when you really tell it, like particularly in Western circles. He was like, he goes, like in terms of he did this thing about principles of community building, like just four principles, like and one of the principles was this: see every conflict as your own fault first. Yeah. And and it's just the very thought of that, right? Like every conflict is, well, I must have done something that bothered them, or it might, and like, and the thing is, and it's not about some false like fake shit. It's about this, like, where can we improve, right? How? Because what could I have done better, right? Taking responsibility, putting it on ourselves, and saying, what could I have done better? Maybe this person did fuck me over. How could I have handled it? And it's like, it's a mind-boggling concept, though. But like, when I'm able to apply it, I mean, I'm actually very peaceful, like, because it's putting it on me. Now, obviously, said person's late or whatever. Yeah, they're gonna be late, but it's like, again, like, what could I have done better? Like, I could have maybe told them the time was like a half hour earlier or something like that, or like knowing that they were going to be about a half hour late. I come about 20 minutes late and just not stress out. Like, just what could I have done? But it was like that just, you reminded me of that principle that he shared, just based on you saying, like, looking at things as like a test. Like, it's like, wow, like, what, putting it on yourself. So just wanted to
Yeah,
acknowledge
man.
that.
But yeah, I couldn't have said it any better, bro. It's like, like, I definitely have it's definitely a challenge, bro. It's definitely a challenge. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
it, it-
Um.
it's a challenge, and it's like, I try to think, like, one way of dealing with it is like, listen, man, you never know what someone is going through that makes things, what you don't understand about what someone's going through that makes their situation, like, however it ends up, them doing something that makes you feel away.
Yeah, of
And
course.
but the thing that makes that difficult is, like, it's easier to do that when people fuck up and they're humble. Like, when people fuck up and they're smug about the fuck up, I'd be like, man, fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's where I need work. That's where it's a challenge for me, because it's one thing, like, if I'm ever anything, I'm like, my bad. Yo, I'm sorry about that. No excuses. That's on me. You know what I'm saying? When motherfuckers be like, and so
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, I'm just gonna stroll up and not say nothing. I'd be like, are you just an asshole, or is that your way of deflecting your embarrassment? Like, because I don't know how to take this,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and I
yeah.
have to do with my own self to make sure I don't develop any contempt over their bad behavior. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Or their lack of consideration, if bad behaviors are strong.
Yeah,
When
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
and
I feel you.
it's more difficult. It's easier to do when people exercise a little bit of
Yeah,
humility.
of course,
But
of
when
course.
if somebody gonna be in the wrong and be on some smug asshole shit because their ego won't allow them to be accountable for their actions, then I have it. That's a challenge for me.
Yeah, but that's still. So we're not perfect, bro. That's a test.
In the
That's
day,
hard.
back in the day, I'm a different person than I was back in the day.
Yeah,
I'm a better person, and I was never a bad person, but I'm a better person now, because
yeah.
I would have dealt with that way different.
Right,
And it
right,
wouldn't.
right.
And I have years and years of experience showing me that dealing with it that way may have made me feel a little bit better at that moment, but overall, it didn't make the situation better in the long run. It
Right.
didn't. So
Yeah,
so it's all a challenge, bro. It's all a
yeah,
challenge, and I'm up for it.
yeah. Yo, before we get out of here, you got a big album coming up on the way. You got a T-shirt line popping off. I mean, I've been feeling them, that Goblin joint. I gotta grab one of them shits.
Man,
So just tell me what's going on. I mean, the Hyro project drops September 3rd, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. The Hyro project, all said and done. Shout out to the chat. Somebody was like, the album is fire. Let's say, I had a few short interactions with you over the years at shows, and you always express
I'll bring
gratitude.
it out. Hold on, here we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah. Shout out NHE 1884. Or no, that's
IB
IB
84.
IB 84. Shout out,
Yeah.
much love. Thank you. Yeah, so, and thank you for liking the album and getting that album as well. So, all said and done, is coming out. That's the new Hyro joint. It's all a Hyro on. Pyro shining on there, and that's coming out September 3rd. I'm really excited about that album. I'm excited to hear what like people who rock with Hyro, how they feel about it. I like it. I personally, I kind of got, I guess I got to wait till it comes out, but it might be my favorite out the three so far. But the new one always has a way of being a favorite at first. So I'm gonna let it cook first and see how it ages.
Did you
But
produce anything on it?
on all said and done, yeah, I did a lot on there. It's like me and Domino did the lion's share of the production on there.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Dope. Dope. Dope.
um,
Dope.
but
Can't
yeah,
wait.
and then the Souls EP Clean Getaway, it was supposed to come out September 25th. It got pushed to October 11th. Um, but yeah, that's only like a week or two, like a couple weeks.
That might be good spacing though. I mean, that might not be too bad. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm finishing up my solo album. I'm probably like I got like I probably got like three more songs to write and
Okay.
five songs to lay. But I got like about like 9 songs done already, and I'm happy about that album too. I want to throw a title out there, but it's tentative, so and it's early. So yeah, but I got the Hyro A Plus t-shirt store, the www.hyroaplus.com. I'm just trying new stuff, and I'm still trading on the side. I'm kind of cooled off on the trading a little bit because the market is super volatile because of the extreme amount of market manipulation being done by people in power. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
But yeah, man, I'm family dude. But as far as the music's concerned, I'm excited about the Hyro album. I'm excited about the Souls joint. Hyro Days coming up. I'm excited about that.
Right. Three. You
Um,
got three Hyro days, kind of like really. I mean, L.A., Canada, San
yeah,
Fran. Yeah. So.
yeah, excited about those. I'm really excited about this Halloween show we have at Red Rocks. It's
Oh
gonna
yeah.
it's gonna be dope. It's like I think it's like Cypress Hill, Red and Meth, De La Soul, us, maybe I think Far Side might be there.
That sounds fun.
It's stupid, bro. At Red Rocks too. That's like my favorite venue. It's
That
like
sounds. Yeah. That sounds
one
like a
of the dopest
blast.
venues on earth. So yeah, I mean, I'm really grateful to be able to do what I do for a living. I'm glad that everybody's healthy, and I'm just generally like a happy person. Like, not to say I don't get irritated like as fuck all the time, because human beings are just irritating as shit. But I'm happy to be here, man, and I'm happy to be able to make music and still be received by not only our OG fans but also young heads as well. It's quite a ride, and I'm up for it, and I'm not nowhere near done. So yeah,
Word.
I'm just pushing. I'm learning more AI stuff, like as far as like agent building and cloud certification type stuff, and learning marketing and ad spend. And I'm just a sponge, bro, and I'm just enjoying taking in information
Yeah.
and seeing how the world is changing and trying to adapt.
Word. Word. It makes perfect sense. And Del Domino project is in the works as well. I
Yeah, now
thought I didn't listen.
it's done.
It was done, but yeah, I thought
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's called Devil in the Details, and just D for Dell and Domino, and
yeah,
Tales, I think.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. I've been listening to that a lot over the time that it's been being made. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah, we got him on in a few weeks, so
Yeah,
that'll
man.
be fun.
It's a good time for the anti-ageism old heads hip hop.
Yeah, I mean, it was always a good time. I mean, I still feel like I'm fucking 17, 18 years old in my brain. Like I don't like I'm a like what what I'm saying. Like I don't
Man,
want to hear that age shit. I
I
mean,
love how I love how the heads, the older heads are that making ageism look stupid. It's like it's not even a serious concept anymore, because like the OGs are, and not to say that there's not a lot of great young hip hop. That's not the point of this, right? The point is that the whole thing that the older you get, you get aged out of hip hop. It's getting disproven. It's getting disproven, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, real quick before we go, the thing is
Yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah. I'm good.
the thing is that people don't understand is that we are the first generation of hip hop grandparents.
Yeah,
So our shit is different, yo. We came up different. So our being old is going to be different than being than the boomer generation.
yeah. We ain't like old
Like,
fogies. We
no, yeah, like
boy
what we
old.
wore is what we wore. Why would we go from wearing like whatever we wore to like
The
pants?
suspenders
May,
and shit.
yeah, pants may be a little less baggy. That's the only thing that's really changed. My pants are look, but it's like, yo, I still love my. I got a closet full of kicks. I mean, I love my sneakers. I love my hats. I love my shit. So it's like, why are we gonna change it up, yo? This is who we are, man. Because we can't. We were tots when we were little pups. We came up in this shit. So we're just old niggas doing the same shit, yo. Like it's
Nah, you gotta dress old now. All of a sudden, you gotta dress like an old motherfucker. All of a sudden, that's crazy to me. Like, so I'm supposed to get some suspenders and some slacks and some penny loafers.
the white New Balance dad white New Balance dad shoes for cutting the grass,
Yeah,
some Dockers. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like I like yo, come on, man. Like, but
Man,
so
I like being like, but that hip hop in me, I like being fresh to death,
shit
bro.
is live, yo.
I like
And as
going
you
out being like, I don't feel like it's not like motherfuckers dressing out their age. We dressing how we been dressing. You know what I
exactly, exactly. It's just the same, like you know what I mean. Like on some real shit, fam. For me, my closet kind of looks the same as it did 20 something years ago. Like I'm just I don't I'm not I mean not I rock how I rock, yo. Like all right, I need a hoodie, I need a vest. All right, like
mean?
let's go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Throwing the hiking boots, whatever, boom, boom, boom. And and that's how I'm comfortable, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't give a fuck, yo. Like
Yeah,
you ain't
and
gonna
I
tell me like what am I supposed to again, this is different, man. Like we came up hip hop, we got our own rules, bro, and like and this is how you know that this is really a culture. It's not just wasn't just some bullshit because we it's this is what we do. Like
huh?
when you didn't say when you were like 12 years old, right? Did you go over to like your friend's house and be like, can Tajay come out and do hip hop today or whatever? Like it wasn't like, you know what I
Nah,
mean? Like for me, it was like my man was like, yo, I got some cans in the car. Let's go get up. All right, works. You know what I'm
word.
saying? So
Yeah, yeah,
fuck
no
out of
doubt.
here.
Yes,
Word. Yo, real quick.
sir.
What's your schedule like? Because I'm gonna be on you about doing another show, doing our men's group and stuff. So, but I, you know,
I'm here for September, bro.
you're here for September.
I think I'll have one show in all of September, bro.
All right, I'm gonna look at my calendar. You look at your calendar. And we're gonna try to connect for a September show, and
Let's get it.
and that other thing too. So
Yeah, maybe get the men's group popping too.
yeah. So maybe let's do the men's group. Just make sure we do that, and that'll be fun. So, but
Yeah.
I'll hit you up. We'll talk. I gotta get ready to run. Yo, everybody, episode 27, talking crazy. A plus, souls of mystery, hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute, and thanks for rocking, bro. Glad we got to catch up.
Much love, my good brother, and it was good to see you in the pit.
Yeah, of course. That was fun, man. That was fun. It's always fun seeing y'all out live and stuff, rocking it. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's always dope, yo. It's always
Yes,
good
sir.
to see as much as I can. So
Brother.
yeah, you my dude, man. So yeah, so let's link up for September. You be good. I will get a clip of this up on the YouTube channel. All prior episodes of Talking Crazy are on the Carrying the Culture YouTube channel. And this was kind of like a catch-up session because we hadn't done one in like 6 or 7 months. But we got specific topics and stuff that we chop it up about. So make sure you rock with us. This has been fun. Episode 27, Talking Crazy. Thank you, fam. I'll talk to you soon. Salute to everybody in the chat for rocking with us.
Salute, chat. Much love, my brother.
All right, family. Be good. Peace.
Peace.